Okay, here we come to the final of the women's 1500 metres. If you were with us yesterday on day 2 of this World Indoor Championships, you would have heard as well as seen the huge number of Ethiopians in the crowd. Meseret Defar won the 3000 metres. Gesahegn defended his 1500 metre title, and they'd love it if Gelete Burka could do the same here. There's another Ethiopian in the race as well, the teenager Gesahegn. She is the fastest woman in the world this year and recovered from being knocked down in her heat, came back to win that, and that also caused huge excitement. Massive Ethiopian contingent in this crowd. You can hear them start to roar. That's because they know this race is about to get underway. Gelete, the Kenyan woman on the outside, is also included in this. She fell down but was put into the final after a protest from the Kenyan national squad. There's Gesahegn, fastest woman in the world this year, fell in the heat, managed to get up and win. Rodriguez, disqualified from Berlin last year after winning the race because she knocked down the woman on her outside there. Gelete Burka was leading last year in Berlin with 200 metres to go. Fell down, and she's enjoying this before she's even started running. 2 Americans in this field. That's Erin Donahue, very powerful woman, state javelin champion back in the day. Sarah Bowman's outside her. She set a personal best in qualification. Really good stuff that. You can't ask much more than a PB in a major championship, and as a result, the American finds herself alongside her countrywoman in this stellar all-star final. There's Alminova, 3rd fastest in the world this year. European indoor champion last year. She was 2nd behind Kalkin, the Ethiopian, in her heats. Ellen Clitheroe of Great Britain, British record holder of the steeplechase, been around a long time, European Cup winner back in 2000, qualified as the fastest loser. Aegis from Poland, 2-time European Cup winner, 3 times the Polish national champion. And Gelete on the outside does take her place here. She didn't qualify because she was pushed down, and she's been promoted to the final after a protest from the Kenyans. So, Gesahegn of Ethiopia successfully defended the 1500 metre title in the men's race yesterday. Can his countrywoman do the same here? The final of the women's 1500 metres, 7.5 laps of the track, and they will be roared all the way. Gesahegn has gone to the front, perhaps with memories of having fallen in her heats. Burka now coming wide on the outside, but it's Gelete, the Kenyan, who's taking things on. And Burka, remember, she'll also have those memories of being knocked down with 200 metres to go in the final in Berlin last year. So she is quite happy to stay out of danger, and the crowd are just going absolutely nuts as they complete the first lap.
32 seconds, well, it's about 4:04 pace, so pretty quick here with the Kenyan at the front there. She's clearly chosen to make this one healthy from early on and not leave it to the sprint finishers. She knows the Ethiopians are always very, very quick on the final lap, and by making this a test of real speed and endurance, she raises her chances of at least getting onto the rostrum.
She certainly does. The atmosphere here in the Aspire Dome is absolutely superb. Slightly slower on that lap, 33.88. Let's not forget about Alminova, the Russian, just tucked in on the inside, really class performer at her best, and she's also staying out of trouble, just tracking the East Africans. Such a familiar sight in distance running, and as we saw yesterday in the men's, we now have East Africans coming into the form on middle distance events. Burka, I just noticed, raised a digit at 2 of the women behind her as if to say, hey, listen, just watch where you're putting your feet. 34.66.
Well, she's slowing it down. I can't quite figure out why. She's in control. She set off at a very healthy 32 seconds, then a 33 for the 3rd lap, then a 34. She's getting slower, and this isn't testing anybody behind her. She's just acting as a moderate pacemaker, frankly. Burka's confidence in 2nd there, the defending champion, must be growing.
She's in the perfect position. Gelete, the Kenyan, leads. Burka now coming up on the outside. Alminova's tucked in fourth place, and the teenager Gesahegn is right in the mix as well. But look how much they're all queuing up behind her. Alminova, Rodriguez. We are going to boil down to a real carve-up in this women's 1500 metres. Kajvira of Belarus coming wide on the outside as well. Egides, the Polish woman, she's in fifth place now. This is what the Ethiopians in the crowd wanted to see. This is why they're going nuts. It's Ethiopia 1-2 here as Burka leads from Gesahegn. But the Kenyan is still tucked in third. Alminova, third fastest woman in the world this year, the Russian. And now coming wide and hard on the outside is Erin Donahue. This is an incredible burst of speed. But Burka didn't want to let her through on the inside. Inside 400 metres to go. I'm not sure where Donahue got that pace from. Can she keep it going? It was a huge injection there inside the last 400. Bumping and barging there. Alminova's getting nudged. The classy Russian is going to have to drop back to come wide on the outside.
She's been very smart there, Burka. She slowed it down for 100 metres so she can gather herself.
Here we go then at the bell in the women's 1500. Rodriguez now, the Spaniard, making her bid for gold. Burka's gone with her, so too Gesahegn. And this Spanish woman, who was disqualified from Berlin last year, is now being overtaken by the woman she tripped. Burka is desperate to defend this title, but Kalkadi Gesahegn is coming. Her countrywoman is right alongside her. The teenager's just coming through. Rodriguez is doing her best to close it down, but Gesahegn, the teenager, robs her countrywoman inside the last 50 minutes.